Hey everybody, welcome to the Andy Doorty podcast. I am your host, Andy Doorty. If I wasn't hosting this, either I sold the Andy Doorty show for millions of dollars to get out of my debt, because it takes me millions of dollars to make this show, or I have died and passed on and my friends are the ones keeping on the show. Today on the show, we got my co-host, as always, Mayo Bervenese.
What the hell was that intro? Hi. I can't top that.
He said hi. He's high.
No, I'm not high.
All right.
And that third voice that you're hearing, that is also Andy Araya.
Hi, I'm the buyer. I'm Andy Araya. I'm the buyer,
The buyer?
of the show.
You have $1 million?
And a good name.
Okay. Buy my show, please. I need the money.
What debt do you have it?
Well, you get the cost of recording.
Yeah. I'll insert my college debt in there too.
Yeah, the college debt.
What store did you get this?
It actually. Do you know what?
this
Do
reporter
you know?
What store did you get it from? The library?
The library store. Yeah. It actually cost me $999,999.
Yeah, dude, he washes and dries.
And 99 cents to actually produce this show on a weekly basis. So I'm gonna need the $1 million to like.
Remember when you cut the camera from this podcast? That didn't save anything?
Nah, the camera was free. That's why we were using it.
Big issue
It was complimentary.
All right, but moving on. Andy Araya is here today.
Yes, I am.
Andy, you've worked on the campus radio station. How was doing that?
It's a very fun thing to do. It's WCDB. My show, luckily, is not very hard. It's not really a bad time slot. I'm on Saturdays from 2 to 4. It's a great way to kind of broadcast what music you're into, everywhere basically. I remember I was 2 nights ago. I went to McDonald's with my friend Amanda, and like even as far away as like what's the town over there?
Rensselaer. Oh no,
Schenectady. Not
Farther.
Further.
Oh, Voorheesville, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
we don't know.
No offense to listeners in Voorheesville.
Right. No, we're all scrubby.
Yeah, we're not from here.
But even as far as down there, I was hearing we were listening to WCDB on in our radio car radio, and yeah, it was just amazing how far we broadcast.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're also from Long Island. I'm from Suffolk County. You're from Nassau County.
Oh.
What do you listen to when you're on Long Island?
Well, first of all, it's just like I can't really stand radio, really.
Really?
I'm with that.
Yeah.
What do you say about radio?
It's all repetitive.
Right. That's the big thing. Yeah.
There's a few songs that are not bad. Like Ed Sheeran's okay. Besides that,
They just run these hit songs to the ground.
Exactly.
It's too annoying.
So what do you guys do when you guys go into cars? Do you just use the aux cord and that's it?
Right. That's in most cars now, yeah. Unless you have like your mom's car.
But I'm saying that's what you do, because you were like, oh, I don't like listening to the
right,
radio.
so someone plug in, whoever wants to DJ will DJ.
I'm the same
Okay.
story.
Okay, wow. Now I listen to the Shark. I
I've
forgot
heard
which
of
channel
that.
they were.
90210, I believe.
90210. That's a channel they are.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you know who I love? I'm serious. So, I love
that
Howard
too.
Stern.
That's true too.
Oh my god.
That's true too.
He's great.
Yeah, Sirius XM radio. It's a lot of money though, right? Per year?
Yeah, unfortunately, but it's worth it, honestly.
Yeah, I guess if I'm not usually in my car enough, like I'm not going to like enough far away places to like,
Yeah.
actually need the radio for like 2 hours.
You know what? Now that you mentioned it, neither do I. So maybe I am kind of.
Maybe you need to cut some costs, Andy.
Maybe I need to reevaluate. Who knows?
Your budgets.
My budgets.
Then you could produce a show like this.
Wait a minute. If there's any topic in my life I need to reevaluate, I think budget is the last thing. I gotta reevaluate a lot of things, buddy.
Yeah.
I hope you guys in your car rides listen to us.
On YouTube through the YouTube.
Oh, we're broadcasting millions right now. People in Kenya are hearing us right now.
Get your
They're
aux
running.
cord, plug it in Bluetooth, and get us on your YouTubes.
Andy, me and you, we watched WrestleMania on Sunday night.
I knew you were gonna say this.
You actually posted the next day that you were actually visibly upset.
Oh my
god! After spoiler alert, the Undertaker retired.
Yeah. I haven't cried in a year, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
but Monday morning I woke up in a puddle of tears, honestly.
You were crying through your sleep.
I was crying through my sleep.
Were you dreaming about The Undertaker?
Yes, I was.
Your
like
bed
I do.
was floating?
My bed was flooded. But I was watching WrestleMania with my good friend over here, Andy Doorty.
Thank you for touching me.
No problem. I'll do it again later on.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know, but Andy Doorty has a show. It's okay, nobody knows.
Really? What's it called?
Plug in the Andy Doorty show, the Andy Doorty show, please.
I should look up hashtags, actually, see if there's actually any questions for us. But keep going. Keep going.
But it's WrestleMania. It's like it's a Super Bowl of wrestling. And it's like the only kind of WWE I pay attention to, like once a year. And there was rumors going around that this was Taker's last ride, no pun intended.
It's one of his moves.
Yeah. Thanks, Andy. And,
That's what I'm here for.
And nothing to the imagination. Give him everything.
And
you try to exceed the limit that that only having a voice would have.
And it was the last match of the night, rightfully so. And as soon as he lost, which first of all, he lost, so that's a heartbreak right there. But as soon as he lost, he put on his hat and coat. Took it off one by one, like kind of dusted his jacket, placed it neatly on the ground.
Got a lint brush out.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
All that effort.
Well, he washes and dries as well.
Yeah, right. Started ironing it. Went into the ring, pulled on an ironing board.
Yeah.
It must have been so cold, he probably regretted it walking out.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, can I have it back, please?
Because it was dark by that time.
Yeah, exactly.
It was last bet.
He took off his hat too, placed it on top. And he kissed his wife at ringside, which like he's a dead guy, like he can't really that's
emote.
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
He
So,
wasn't gonna have emotions.
As soon as you know that he has his family, he's kissing them by like in a ringside.
Yeah, that was a big moment. That really was a big moment.
That's when you know it's over for him.
I just think, it was amazing to see that because I hadn't watched, wrestling, not even WrestleMania. I mean, you said you watched it every year, and you had like a bet with your friends going on.
Oh, yeah.
And it came down, of course, to that last match.
Wait, so you watch WrestleMania once a year, but you still want to place bets? So you didn't know the storylines, you didn't know what to expect.
You can kind of guess.
I watched like the road to WrestleMania, what's going on. So I'm not,
you gotta like.
So it's not completely
research
blindly that you
no
made these
way.
guesses.
By the way, there was actually two bet scenarios.
Oh.
The second one was we all are gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Ooh. And the losers, which is me and my other friend Michael, we we're gonna have to go and order the spiciest wings and devour them.
Oh, okay.
So what's the spiciest ones here? The ones in my area is blazing. Is it blazing here too?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That's the one with
Buffalo Wild Wings. They're gonna have the same flavors.
I think someone had they had Ghost Pepper one and another place.
That's it.
That's it. Nice.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's very true. Because my friend back home said that that there was like a toxic waste one.
Right. Yeah, they have different levels. I think mine's like the weakest one, blazing. Is their highest one. I was like,
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
And I looked up on YouTube last night about people eating the blazing wings, and they're like. First of all, can we curse on this or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
They're fucking crying.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's
oh, it's gonna be fun then.
Oh my god, my ass is gonna be a volcano. But I'm prepared because it's kind of like a win-win because even if I die of fire in my face, it's still wings.
Right,
right.
So
it's not a total loss.
Like cartons of milk.
Exactly.
He's not gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
Probably.
You got a shake or something.
Yeah. I was gonna say
yeah.
you can ask for milk. Probably
Even
it's
better.
a Buffalo wing
There?
place. Probably.
Really? Okay.
It's a Buffalo wing place.
I might just buy a carton just in case and just bring it in.
Yeah.
It's guys, I hope you understand.
They probably do. They're probably another one milk. Put them on the milk table. No, but that was really interesting to see that. Also, considering that like we were talking about going blind into WrestleMania and making bets on it and stuff, there was a lot of older wrestlers there fighting.
True.
And that was pretty crazy to me too.
I wasn't there. But so I heard.
Oh my god! For the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys came back.
Nowhere.
Those were my favorite two guys. when I was younger. Triple H.
From what I saw from the clip, they look exactly the same.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. My sister texted me the next morning saying like, "Oh my God, they're my childhood. They're back. They look not a day old. You know."
Right.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus.
Well, they all went through like a whole transition because they were both like I think they were doing drugs. Like they were showing up to like they were in TNA.
Yeah.
And they were showing up to TNA events like drugged out, and they were like on the brink of getting fired and fading into obscurity.
I think they were fired at one point.
Right.
Actually.
And then they went on this whole angle that they were like mentally insane, and it brought them, and it was like a total like farce, stupid storyline, and it completely turned them around and made them like fan favorites again.
It's actually pretty funny because like it's like we're characters we're insane now. It's like you gotta be on drugs to portray a character. It's like
we just took a hit from the crack pipe. Let us go.
That's just definitely them on drugs.
Right. That's all it is. That's all it is. He like the one of them got like a streak in his hair. Oh man, it was crazy. No, but
That's right, Jeff. It was like a pink streak or some weird color like that. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. But and then there was also of course John Cena proposing to his wife. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah, I think they pretty much gave him that match because the match was a little bit uneventful. Yeah. I think it was funny because once we got up to like match number 5, like we were talking to each other all through like the beginning matches, and then once it got to like match number 5, like Triple H and whoever it was, Roman Reigns,
Seth Rollins.
Oh, Seth Rollins. It literally got so intense. It was starting to get really, really intense, and we were like, "Damn!" Like we stopped talking to each other. Dude, we were like reacting and stuff.
Seth Rollins and Triple H was war.
It was. First of all, it was a really good match.
First of all, for like one of the older wrestlers, Triple H has still got it.
Oh yeah,
he looks like a monster.
Oh yeah, he looked like he still had it. Versus Undertaker, who really didn't look that great. I think in his match.
Yeah, I know. It's Well, to be fair, he's gone now.
Yeah,
so he deserves it. He's
a
33-year career.
And also another thing about Undertaker was that the whole thing behind his persona of why he was like this badass wrestler was because he was undefeated at WrestleMania, and that streak he was like what 23, and then he got beaten by Brock Lesnar a couple years ago.
21-0.
21-0.
He got beat by Brock. And then this is his second and I guess last loss.
And what did he end up at?
23-2.
Okay.
2-3-2.
But that's like crazy, man. Like he's been wrestling since like what the mid 80s.
He started, from what I read, in 84.
Wow.
Which is
Just
that 33 years of like tossing yourself on the ground, punches, kicks, moves, and all that. Like that takes a toll on your body.
Right, of course.
So
I think I think that's something that people don't really like get. They're like, oh, well, wrestling's fake, but it's like the shit that they're doing. Like
it's like you don't hit the wrestling ring on your back and like get up like the next second. Like that's wood and that's like hitting the ground here.
Right.
It's definitely tough.
Right.
WWE become WWE. What year was that?
90s, mid 90s.
Oh, so he was.
So maybe early.
Yeah.
Maybe later than that. It may be early 2000s.
That's nuts then. That he's been doing it for that long, even before WWE.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Good
it was a long time coming. Because I mean, I was saying when I used to watch wrestling, we were like, oh, like he's old now. Like
every year it was like, oh, this is gonna be the year he retires. He kept going back.
Right.
But now it's now I think it's actually gonna be.
I think it was a proper send off.
Oh
yeah.
For like his character too, like saying no words.
Right.
Just having like a funeral in a ring.
Yeah.
Of your old coat and hat. That's just beyond like. Perfect.
And then he walked to the stage, and then he was like halfway up the ramp, and they had like a trapdoor or whatever, and he just starts like moving down. He like put his fist up in the air and started moving down, and then like they had like a smoke machine going, so he just like went down into the smoke.
That had been emotional for a lot of.
Oh yeah. Oh, they couldn't believe that he lost.
Oh my god, dude! It was like when as soon as it was like 1, 2, 3, like it just went quiet. You could hear a pin drop.
Right.
Really?
It was very very quiet.
It was an emotional moment.
Interesting.
But so a little bit moving out of that, there's some stuff that came up between Diamond Dallas Page this week.
Oh, what happened?
He got invited to the Dan Le Batard show.
Yeah.
Which is a radio station on ESPN, and Le Batard was asking him questions, just like a normal interview, what did it feel like to be up there and, being inducted to the Hall of Fame? Because he started as a late wrestler. He started wrestling it when he was like 34, Diamond Dallas Page. Yeah. And he literally became like the top of like with WCW, and then that got taken over by WWE. And then he was a champion in WWE too. And he got put into the Hall of Fame. But at the end of it, he started saying, who have you rivaled with? What was your best rivalry? And he went on this whole story about not ravishing Rick Rude. It was Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
In the '90s, they had a big rivalry with him. And he goes, no, I meant in real life. So he talked about the stuff in like Ric Flair's book, because Ric Flair called him like the laughing stock of the WWE or of the wrestling business.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh no, me and Rick are friends. I'm about to get in the plane with him right now. We're about to go back home. And then he said, how about you and Scott Steiner? He's like, no, I just did a thing with Steiner. And he's like, well, didn't you guys like rip each other's eyes out at one point or tried to rip each other's eyes out? And he got really, really angry after like a 20-minute interview, and he just goes, I can't believe you're trying to rile me up. He started calling him a monkey, and they started cursing, and then he dropped the call.
Oh, wow.
It was so funny. He's like, I can't believe you're trying to rile me up, and he left. So that was pretty funny to me.
First of all, yeah, that's Simon Downs' Page. That's him.
Well, he's a yoga instructor now.
Yeah,
right?
No, he's making millions off of it.
Right.
DP Yoga.
But that's so funny that they got like this man who like apparently has like
peaceful.
Yeah. And he completely has a rage fit in the middle of the radio.
I gotta listen to that. That sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, man.
But no, I thought it was really interesting to me for me getting back into like the whole WWE scene after like being gone for so long, and just like I was like, oh wow, I'm actually entertained by this. This is crazy.
I was the same way as you a few weeks ago, because like I'm not really too big into it nowadays. I used to watch it religiously when I was
right.
Like,
me too.
Like when we were kids, and then like responsibility set in, and we just kind of fade away from it. I would keep my eye on it for the past couple of years, like once in a while, maybe like SummerSlam, I'd get back into it or whatever. Heading back, watching it back in February of this year, it was like, wow, like things are definitely changing. Taker's back, Roman's big. They have a couple of mid-carders who are amazing. It's just like, it almost makes you feel like a kid again.
Right.
Because it's like even though the guys you grew up with are gone, it's like these guys here are like pretty good. They're only going to get better. It's pretty rejuvenating, honestly.
Right. Yeah, no, it was a really good watch. I felt that was, what were you paying for, like $9?
Oh, it's $9.99 like a month, which is like a steal.
Right.
They have like a billion hours of wrestling on there.
Right.
Dating from like the 60s, maybe even earlier.
Right.
Who knows?
That's awesome. That's people who don't miss the old days. That's for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
I don't my life like that. My grandparents like that. They don't like the new wrestling. They're like, oh, I remember back in these days where it was awesome, it was hilarious, it was entertaining, it was this and that.
And I agree with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were good times.
Yeah. Back when like The Rock was big and
Stone Cold.
Well, I mean, The Rock came back and stuff. I meant the first time that Rock was in there. And
Yeah,
actually
the
was Stone
Attitude
Cold.
Era.
And yeah. That whole era was great, and then it turned to PG in like the mid 2000s, and then that was the end for me. I was starting to like count my days.
It wasn't like too bad. It just lost like an edge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of guys were getting old there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so coming up on the end of the NHL season, my Islanders are technically not mathematically out.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, they need Toronto to lose the next 2 games, and they have a tough matchup. They got Pittsburgh in the next 2 games, and is it Ottawa? I can't remember the other team that they're versing. But if Toronto loses both these 2 games and the Islanders win out, they take the playoff spot, the wild card spot from them. So that's pretty interesting. Rangers are already in. They've clinched. Now, the thing about the Rangers that scares me, though, is never watching the regular season. It's always watching in the playoffs. I don't know how long and how in-depth of like a fan you are.
I have like a pretty good consensus of
right.
everything. I'm ashamed of myself though, because I've been so consumed by Taker recently,
right,
that I've just like kind of like not watched the Rangers in a while.
Right.
I gotta get back into the groove.
I think they're versing Montreal in the first round. I think that matchup's already set. But my thing is that how long have you been a fan of the Rangers?
Since 2011, I want to say.
Okay.
2012.
So you've seen them in the playoffs. And,
Yeah.
And, you know.
Oh my God, when they were in the Stanley Cup Finals for the Kings and they lost,
Game 7 overtime.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was terrible.
Yeah, I bet that one really hurt. I just feel like the Rangers are a team that they're a strong team, they're a powerful team, deep team, and just something always breaks down. It's usually on the defensive end.
I agree with that.
Is this thing that usually breaks down, and it just leads against it. You know, you got Henrik Lundqvist, who's probably one of the greatest goaltenders this side of the it was since he's been there. So this side of the 2000s, last decade, you know, one of the greatest goaltenders.
Yeah.
You know, you got strong captains, you got a strong coach and everything. You know, it's just shortcomings in the playoffs. That's
yeah. It's almost like a kind of stage fright kind of thing. It's
right.
Like we become very strong in the games leading up to it, and as soon as we make it, it's like uh-oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always get that sinking feeling because I'm an Islander fan. I don't like the Rangers. I really don't like the Rangers.
I understand.
But you know, it's just so weird to be like, this is such a strong team and they have this big potential. You know, you guys were ahead of the conference like 2 or 3 times in the last 5 times you guys made the playoffs, and you guys still didn't win. You know.
All right.
Do you think they're being outcoached?
No, because they've changed coaches actually. Because it used to be the man John Tortorella. I forgot what the guy's name is now. It's a really French name.
I know it's Alain. I know it, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Alain Vigneault or something.
Yeah, and he does. I think he does a good job. But the thing that Tortorella had was that he was very sporadic. So like when he was coaching well and the team was doing well, everything was fine. But then once, you know, they kept consistently losing in the playoffs, it became a problem.
Yeah, and the coach we have now, the coach we have now is not bad. It's just like he knows a different style of hockey because he's from the West Coast,
right?
And that's a very different...
Which is a very finesse versus East Coast, which is very hit heavy and rivalry, big giant rivalries there.
Yeah, exactly.
Where there's also like a lot of flopping in the West Coast. And you know, it's just crazy to watch that. I mean, you know, with my Islanders, even if they do make the playoffs, we don't have John Tavares, our captain, who's gonna miss the rest of the season. And you know, his contract's up this year, so he's gonna. That's number one priority, obviously. And the fear of it is that he goes to Toronto, because I think that's where he's from, or that's the big rumor is that he's going to Toronto. Who's the team competing the playoff spot for us? Who also signed Matt Martin, a younger Islander that left the team last year when his contract expired. So there's just those interesting type of storylines to go on in the NHL playoffs, and I'm excited because I love playoff hockey no matter what I'm watching.
That's always what it's always exciting, really, because it's like it's a do or die.
Right.
It's definitely a good time for sports right now. Honestly.
Right. Yeah. You know, baseball season starting also.
Exactly.
You're a Yankee fan, right?
Yes.
Why are you sighing?
Because we're not good.
Dude. You're talking to a Met fan over here, man.
I know.
We're only good every 10 years. Come on.
I know. You guys are doing better than us now.
That's not saying that much.
Aren't you guys on course for a really fast rebuild? Like, aren't you guys like...
That's what he say.
Well, the thing is that they have young guys, and they have some good prospects coming up to come start and stuff. But the thing is that they've gotten injured a lot. So I think that's a worry. They also don't have starting pitching.
That's right.
And they're paying CC Sabathia still.
Still?
Yeah. Mishiro Tanaka had a rough start. He's going to be fine. That shouldn't be a worry about him. But that's their ace, and you need him to consistently do good, especially for the young kids. So they're just working out that kind of stuff. It's definitely going to be a work in progress type season. But you guys were playoff contenders last year, even with everything going down, even with A-Rod
going away.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I'm actually kind of curious for this run. Let's see where it goes, because there is some hype about like a new team, basically a new outlook, everything.
Right, new dynasty.
Yeah, so we'll see where it goes. If it's a flop, it's a flop. If we make it to new places, then so be it. You know.
All right. Yeah. For my Mets, it's literally just the thought of staying healthy.
Yeah. You had to blame
staying
for that.
healthy and scoring runs. Which they're not right now. David Wright's hurt right now. He's probably going to come back mid-April, early May, because he has the thing with his back. I forgot what it's called, but He injured that.
Oh, a hernia? Or...
No, it's way worse. It's like not spina bifida. It's like something with his spine. He was sliding into a base 2 years ago, and he hurt it. And then a New York Giant running back got it. David. Oh God, what's that dude's name? I can't remember it. But one of the running backs for the Giants had it, and they were like, "Yeah, if you take one more bad hit, you're gonna be paralyzed for the rest of your life." Like it's that far. It's something with a vertebrae, that connects into your vertebrae. So just those things are kind of scary.
Yeah. Oh, kinda.
Yeah, a little bit.
If you take one more bump, you'll never walk again.
Right, but for David Wright, like he went and met with him, and I think actually that dude is actually running for the Olympics now. So because he was fast, he was super fast, and what do you call it? He spoke to David Wright, and they told Wright like, "Oh, you're gonna be fine to play again as long as you want to play and everything stays healthy because you're playing baseball. You're not really getting hit it's not full contact,
Yeah.
So.
Wow. So there's WWE, there's NHL, there's
we covered all the sports.
Yeah. We're covering it all, guys. I love it.
If you really want to cover them all, we got NBA playoffs coming up.
Oh, true. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Who's your pick to win?
What, the whole thing?
Yeah, who's gonna be in the finals? Tell me that first.
Finals. I'll go Warriors Cavs again, unfortunately.
It's gonna be that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that.
The biggest thing that I'm seeing here, which solidified the Warriors for me, is that they lost Araya and they played better than ever.
Right.
So they're just going to plug him back to a hot Klay Thompson, a hot Steph Curry. So they're going to be fine. They're going to be perfectly fine.
Right. And on the Cavs end, they're just deep as anything, so.
Yeah, you can't doubt the Cavs at the end of the day. I mean, the teams that have to compete with them are not experienced enough in the playoffs. I see them as a threat. Not at all.
Right. Even though there was some talk about an upset happening. The Cavs aren't looking that good.
I don't feel like I agree with that. Yeah, the defense looks weak and all that stuff, but still the same team at the end of the day. They didn't make many changes.
Right.
Where the Celtics, yeah, they have Isaiah Thomas improving and John Beal's finally healthy for the Wizards, but they don't have the experience the Cavs have.
Right.
They can outsmart them, I think.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting. It's interesting to see all these storylines play out and stuff like that. But So Andy, coming on this podcast, did you have any prior knowledge of it?
I had an idea because I knew Wrestlemania was going to come up.
Right.
I knew NHL was going to come up.
I just meant in general, not like what we're going to talk about.
Oh no.
I just blatantly came up to you one day and was like, "Come on my podcast."
Yeah, absolutely. And I was debating just like funneling alcohol down my throat like an hour ago, so maybe it'd be a little more interesting. But I decided against it.
Nah, man, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
I want to go into this thing where we talk about like a weekly obsession. So I wanted to just start this bit where it's just like, oh, I'm obsessed with this thing this week. So we'll start with Andy and we'll just go around.
All right, what am I obsessed with this week? This week was pretty tough for me because I had 2 tests. I guess it's the week after Mania, so maybe I'm like every hour I'm still looking for Undertaker news,
right?
Like, as if he commented. So I guess that on his retirement. So maybe it's Taker. Who knows?
Did he comment on his retirement?
No.
Oh no. So you just don't think there's gonna be anything with him, and he's just gonna?
I think he just fades into Rises to the Sunset.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah.
Nothing else. What'd you have tests on?
Oh my god, it was American politics. I was up all night until like 5 a.m. every night, just like studying for it. And the only redeeming quality is there's a really cute girl who sits in front of me. So I was like, do it for her.
There you go.
Do it for her.
Do it for her.
I can't remember her name is.
Whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't use her name on this. So she was going out to the internet.
What if she's listening right now? It's like,
right.
Wait a minute. He sits next to me.
Shit.
He sits right behind me. Is that a coincidence?
I'm more worried about if you got like one of those wives that like look into your phones, but she goes like mad in depth, and it's like, when I post this is gonna come up when they Google search your name, and they're gonna be like, who's this Bethany woman?
I have a funny story actually.
Go for it.
Oh my god, my friend he graduated back last semester. He's from. He started working using the cloud. The cloud like brings back contacts from like 2006. So like his ex-girlfriend's number who hasn't talked in like 5 years for some reason came back to his phone, and his girlfriend was looking through his phone.
Oh no.
What did he have it like labeled as like
like babe,
oh
like a heart. But this is from like 2010, so
Oh,
it's like
no.
who's this?
right? It's stirring
And,
the shit pot.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh,
Consider
man.
for some failures in there. Let me give you a little argument real quick.
This is why I don't use a cloud.
Right,
ever.
right.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, me neither.
First of all, I don't know how it works.
Me
I
neither.
really don't either. Good to know.
Yeah,
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Good better on us. But yeah, how do you work that one out?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's alive right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's no, he's all right.
She's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's the iClouds. Yeah, the iClouds.
Yeah, sure it is.
Sure.
Never called me babe.
Imagine.
Call her right now. You know what? Call her right now.
Oh,
God.
How awkward would that be?
Yeah.
It's like,
the person at the other end, even.
Yeah. Especially because she's not expecting it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a number, like, she probably deleted it from her phone.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's got the cloud too. Causes the same problem on the other end.
Oh my god, poor fellow.
We gotta put this one to conference.
Put on speaker right now and talk to her.
Yeah. She goes hello to like a service call or something like that. She like yelled at from the start. She was
Oh my god.
who are you?
Are you babe?
Listen here, bitch. He's my...
Oh my god.
It's like that must be really bad.
Yeah.
Or she takes that call with her boyfriend next to her.
Right.
That's even more issues.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you
God.
go.
That's just a giant stirring
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
shit pot.
Just have an orgy and get over it.
Alright.
Mayo.
Yeah, maybe.
Mayo. That's how we're ending that bit.
You know, I like the way you think.
Thank you, man. I like peace and resolution.
And
So-
orgies.
And what better than a group partaking in sexual intercourse?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Spread the love.
That's the best way to solve an argument. Just like, fuck it. Orgy.
I think that's how you get chlamydia.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, that's true.
Andy, have you ever had chlamydia?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, we got to Mayo. This week obsession. What was your obsession this week, Mayo?
I watched Louis C.K.'s new stand-up special on Netflix, and he went through some interesting things. He went through controversial topics. He really wanted a reaction this time. He went through abortions. He went through suicide. He
Oh,
went
wow.
through some really tough topics there, but he ended really not really cutesy, but less like controversial. But it was a good, well-balanced set. I was like laughing pretty much the whole
Really?
thing. Yeah.
I think I saw a review for that saying that it wasn't funny at all.
Really?
Yeah.
I found him funny. I found that it was really good. I can see where people are going with it because he says some pretty strong things that are like kind of questionable, and like
Right.
someone who's impressionable could take the wrong direction and talk about suicide.
Right.
People might actually take what he's saying to heart, but besides that, like it's just that his mind is just so goes to places you never think to go to.
Right.
And
Yeah.
at the same time, it's still relatable. It's like, oh, that's actually a decent point.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Especially for a comedian, too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
someone who should be funny.
Yeah.
It's just like talk about something real. It's like, wow, like. It's a different
Oh, I think
perspective.
he was going for shock humor.
Oh.
Like he was making fun of the whole.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fucking
No,
hilarious.
I don't know if he's making fun of suicide and abortion. He was just telling his point on it. Like,
Right.
But it wasn't supposed to be like political or anything. You're just saying like this.
Well,
is the way
it's
I
a
see it.
joke because
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
comedian,
Right.
and that's what I think people get like blur the line.
Oh, that's
Right.
way too fucking funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's probably hilarious.
It's
I
a
haven't
great
seen
special.
it. I love Louis C.K. He's a genius.
Am I gonna try to deliver his jokes right now? No. But it's,
Spoiler alert.
Also, yeah, it just came out like 3 days ago. You could go watch it yourself for sure. But it's good. It's good.
Yeah, that's good. I really love Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear about my obsession?
Sure.
It's on the show. So we got a show, a comedian, and a situation. I like it.
Okay.
And it's called Brockmire. It's about it was actually done as a Funny or Die skit 6 years ago, and IFC picked it up as its show. It's Hank Azaria who does a lot of the Simpsons voices. He does Barney, he does Moe at the bar, and like him doing them, like you can look up clips of him doing them, and he does them like spot on perfectly. But he was saying that through his childhood, as he was growing up, he always had like the sportscaster voice, and he hated like the cheesy sportscaster voice, like, "Hey, welcome to the game. You can get your peanuts here." And like he like embodied himself to get that voice on, so he has like the voice, and he does it so well. But the whole story behind his character is that the dude goes home early. His sign off is that like he loved his wife and everything. His sign off was Lucy, put the dinner on the stove because this ball game's over.
Oh,
and
God.
one day he leaves early to go home, and he finds out that pretty much his wife is having an orgy with a bunch of the neighbors. And he comes back to the ballpark to announce the game, and he flips out. But he's calling the game as he's flipping out. So he's like, I came home and my wife Lucy was having sex in the middle of our kitchen, and Pedro throws a ball down low. And like he's doing it and everything. And he has like a full breaking point where he just starts cursing and swearing, and he's talking about strap-ons. Nothing's out of the question with him. And he's like, and she's got the gall to say I'm a sexual astronaut, and he's going nuts. The first episode already came out. I think it came out 2 days ago. And it's every Wednesday night on IFC. But he goes and loses his job, and now he leaves the country. And without his knowledge, he starts becoming like this internet sensation. So he's like a legend in the terms.
That's way too
right.
funny.
And people like use him in like common speak. Like they're like, oh, instead of like saying keeping it real, they say keeping it Brockmire, because he's like, because this whole thing was like, oh, I tell the truth. And he's like, let me hit you with some truth, and then he went on the whole rant.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Too great.
If you go on Facebook, I think I shared it like 8 times. It's on my Facebook. It's or just go to YouTube. It's like a 20-minute episode, and you're going to want more. Because I was ready to watch a second episode once I was done with the first one, and I was like, I can't believe it. I'm going to have to wait another week for this. But he gets signed by a minor league team, or he gets asked to come to like this place with like this I think it's like a minor league team. And he has to start announcing for them, and it's just hilarious.
All right. When you said what interested you this week, I did not know. I thought it was like only for sports.
Oh.
So do you want to do round 2, guys?
Okay. I guess
Sure. I don't know. I'm not that interested.
All right.
Go for it.
There's a PlayStation Classic game that I grew up with. That's I think most people know this by now. It's getting remastered this year. This character is an icon, especially for the PlayStation. He's getting remastered. His entire trilogy is getting remastered.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash freaking
I was right.
Bandicoot.
I was thinking
I
Shot in the Dark.
think that's out already.
No, it comes out June 30th.
I was thinking Shot in the Dark because I heard a little bit about that. I didn't know they were going to do a whole thing with it, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I grew up with that guy.
I love Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
I feel like not a lot of people talk about him as if he's not as popular as the other ones that came out.
He's making a comeback.
Yeah?
I don't think so. I think that Crash Bandicoot
Crash
was
is
like
awesome.
the face of the early
Crash is
PlayStation series.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
like how Mario is to Nintendo,
Right.
or how Sonic is to Sega.
Right.
Crash Bandicoot was a PlayStation.
Right. No, I definitely agree with that.
No, I felt like, I don't know, I guess my high school was a lot of shooting games, a lot of violent games off the bat.
I
had the
same experience, like-
to Crash.
Right.
It wasn't until college I was like, wait a minute, you guys grew up with Crash Bandicoot 2? It's
Yeah.
like,
All my PS games, I feel like I just kind of happened upon them. I don't know how
Yeah.
anyone knew of these titles. Like
I thought Crash was like obscure.
Right.
Right.
For as long as I remember, I know I had these Crash games by PS1, then after that my PS2. I don't know where these games came from. I don't know how my mom knew these were popular, but yeah, I just have these games.
Probably
Yeah.
just commercials.
Yeah,
honestly.
maybe.
Yeah, shout out to my mom for like
Yeah.
getting me into Crash.
Picking
My
Crash.
mom.
For
Thanks,
picking
Mom.
Crash. it's a good one.
I love
I had
Crash.
Crash Bandicoot regular, Crash Bandicoot 2,
I
I had
love-
CTR, and I had Crash Bash. They're all fantastic.
Dude, I loved Crash Bandicoot 2. That's like
It's
my
a
number
good
one.
one. It's
To
a
this
good
day,
one.
my number one game.
Did you play what's the Nathan Drake series called? Uncharted?
I love
Have
Uncharted.
you played Uncharted 4?
Yeah. I'm up. I didn't finish it though. I'm up to the level where, like,
Spoiler. Oh, okay, no. Yeah,
Oh,
spoil.
I-
Don't spoil. It's
never
just I finished it. I finished the whole series.
you did?
Yeah, I got a PlayStation. I had an Xbox One, but I went through like the Xbox chain. I had a GameCube as a young kid, young boy, and then I had Xbox the 360, and then I had the One, and I hated the One, so I switched over to PlayStation, and I literally played every Uncharted.
Did you finish it or no?
Crash Bandicoot or...
Uncharted.
no, I just
4.
had the third one, I believe. And so I had the context when I was watching him, but no, I didn't really play it.
Right.
I'm up to the part where you go to like his mansion and he's throwing a party and you kill the lights
Right.
and you steal it was like a paper.
The Hope Diamond. No, it's not the Hope Diamond. Looks like the Hope Diamond.
That too.
I kept on calling it the Hope Diamond, and it's like, get the Emerald Diamond. It's called like the Emerald Diamond or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Hey, where'd you get Hope Diamond from?
You know what the Hope Diamond is?
What? No.
It's like one of the most expensive diamonds on like the planet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Guys, next episode we gotta steal the Hope Diamond.
Can we create a plan to
We
steal the
gotta
Hope
find
Diamond?
the Hope Diamond, yes. Get Nicolas Cage on board. He's signed a contract. We're gonna find the Hope Diamond.
Get Nicolas Cage on board.
He knows how to find treasure.
Yeah.
That's true.
If he's not, when he's not turning into a vampire.
Yeah.
All right, next episode, Hope Diamond. Other episode, Declaration of Independence.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We gotta get him both.
Re-steal the Declaration of Independence.
Re-steal it.
Can we do it? Yes, we can.
Perfect.
That's funny.
That's great. Mayo, what's your second obsession for the week?
Oh boy. Well, before I did the Louis C.K. thing, I was going to mention that Amy Schumer's back out again. Everyone's commenting how she steals jokes again. When she had her Netflix special come out, the Leather Show or something like that, she said all of her favorite comedians that she's watched grow up had like their comedy special where they're like wearing leather, looking all cool and stuff. So she like wore leather all the way down and just did a stand-up show for Netflix. And they caught her again stealing jokes. Where so I watched the video on YouTube where they showed the clip of the person that she stole a joke from saying their joke or like saying something similar, and then they showed her doing her bit from the.
So it's legit. I always wondered about that because I really liked Amy Schumer, and I don't know why she came under such fire.
Some of them are kind of a stretch because she changed the joke a little bit, but I can still see how they can say, "Oh, it's kind of a stolen joke." But I don't know. I don't like this whole concept, this whole idea that she steals jokes.
Well, the funny thing is like I listen to comedy radio on Pandora, and I think that like I listen to like Daniel Todd. I listen to a lot of the guys that are very like more controversial. Because that shock humor makes me so happy inside. Anthony Jeselnik, another one. Another one. He's an awesome writer too.
Yeah.
He's written a lot of comedy stuff, and literally like I listen to like these sets, and even if it's like a 5-minute set, but I listen to Daniel Tosh, and then like one of his like bigger premieres will come, but then like it will go to one from like 2000. And in some of those, he repeats the same jokes, and that's my whole thing is kind of like when they do these shows, they're doing the same jokes over and over and over again, and some of them are repeats from when they were younger. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just find that weird that people are very critical of that.
When it comes to Daniel Tosh, I think he's a lot more funnier on his show than in stand-up.
I agree with that.
Really?
I agree with that.
I enjoyed his stand-up special.
I mean, like, no, he's funny, he's good, but on his... I don't know. Maybe it's something with his delivery.
Right.
Who knows?
I feel like he's very loose on his show. Like he's always giggling. He's always laughing at his own jokes.
And it's great.
He's very loose. His remotes are really good. I don't know if they write those things they have with the interviewers. That he goes was the Web Redemption.
Yeah.
He writes some of them, but I think some of the stuff he's actually coming up on the spot. And he puts them in pretty funny situations. He's a funny guy. I don't know.
Yeah. No, he really does. I don't know. I just feel I haven't looked at Amy Schumer in a long time because I got kind of bored of her humor. Actually,
yeah,
it is the reason why
especially with her TV show Inside Amy Schumer.
I actually liked Inside Amy Schumer.
Okay.
I thought that of the Comedy Central, because Comedy Central has that thing where I think everybody and their mother comedian has had a skit show like that on there.
Anyone who's growing as they give opportunity to have their own show,
right?
Yeah. And if it gets cut, it gets cut. But
and like
give it a shot.
Bo Burnham's wasn't that great. Bo Burnham's, Nick Swartzen's, they all had like the similar trend of there was funnier when they were doing the stand up in between the skits than the actual skits were.
Right.
But Amy Schumer, I actually liked her skits better than
which is another thing
any
about
other show.
Jokes. Anyone who steals jokes cannot have enough content to make their show. And also she's also delivering her jokes that she's making. So people are laughing at her delivery as well. It's not like she's stealing jokes and no one's laughing at her jokes. You know what I mean? Like I never got that whole stolen thing. Like
I find it very, unless it's like verbatimly stolen, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah. But she's like, I guess I wouldn't say she's completely making it her own either. But I'm saying like she's at least has other parts of her set that's not. I mean, I guess that's a stupid thing to say, but like I don't think that's a good thing to say because she has her own show that she performs in and it's successful. She has her stand-up shows that she's delivering her jokes and they're getting reactions. Like it's at that point, it doesn't really like you saying that she's stealing some jokes and you're kind of stretching it. It's not really a good argument to make.
Right.
That's how
I think that too.
Yeah.
I think that she's gone down ever since her movie came out.
I think
that too.
Trainwreck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a literal train wreck. Get it?
Yeah. I think they knew. It's like, all right, guys, let's call it train wreck, please.
Well, Well, she got to like a high ceiling. Like she was everywhere for a while.
Right.
You got to know she's gonna come down from that. I don't think she's done for that.
I think she crash landed though.
You know who kind of went through that same
bit.
trend? Dane Cook.
Oh, absolutely.
He went through that same. He used to be huge.
His was longer though. His stretch of like greatness was longer though. He had a couple of years where he was making movies. You saw his stand-up shows be very special and stuff like that.
I actually really like Daniel Cook's movies. The movies that Dane Cook. Daniel Cook. My God.
There's one I like. There's one with Jessica Alba.
Right. The one with the penguins.
Good Luck Chuck.
Good Luck Chuck.
Yeah, Good Luck Chuck is good.
Where he gets the curse put on him. Then there was the other one that he did around the same time where he was. Oh, wait, is that the one where the girl, every time he hooks up with a girl, she gets married after she hooks up with them?
That sounds really familiar. Hold on.
I don't know if it is Good Luck Chuck, but I don't remember.
Is that the one? No, that's like.
No, that's not. Because then he must have done 3 movies that I've seen around there.
Right. He did a couple, I'm telling you.
Right. There was one where someone puts a curse on him, where every single time someone goes on a date with him or like has sex with him or whatever, they end up getting married. The next person they meet marries them. Right. And then he did a movie where he would get paid to go out with people, and then he'd be a dick on the date so that they would get back together with their former person.
That's Fair to Launch. That's Matthew McConaughey.
No, it's not.
The one with Sarah Jessica Parker or something like that?
No, it's not.
That sounds like Fair to Launch.
No, that title does not sound familiar at all.
It's not.
There was one with Dane Cook in it, I'm pretty sure.
I'll give it look-sees then. You
Do it.
He was in a Disney movie too. Recently.
Oh, really?
Planes.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
Once things wound down, I was going to talk about his decline.
That's where the decline sets in, guys.
What's it called? Planes, Fire and Ice, something like that? Planes, trucks, and I don't know what's called.
And automobiles.
Automobiles, yeah.
Yeah,
there's 2 of them. And the second one, the Fire Rescue, the second one's called some stupid shit. And it did nothing.
I am not updated on my Disney
Planes.
kids movies.
Disney's where it's at today, guys.
Disney's trucks. Yeah, are they just getting stupider Disney titles or they just run out?
I don't think Monster Trucks was from Disney.
Oh, well, it wasn't?
No.
I love it. They just call it Planes.
Yeah.
It's like it could have been called Soaring High or Flying High.
Right.
No, fuck. It's just called Planes.
Planes. Can we think of a plainest title that we have? Planes.
That's pretty plain.
Oh, by the way, I have a question for you guys.
Go for it.
Do any of you guys enjoy Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Haven't watched enough of it. But yes, I know it's
definitely
great.
Definitely need to watch it from the beginning.
Oh, dude, Rick and Morty is so great.
Yeah.
Have you seen the episode?
Yes. Have you or no?
No.
All right, I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay.
But it is.
Oh, is that the one that Alec was talking about, where they repeat the same episode 10 times straight?
on April Fool's Day, they repeated the same episode over and over again.
I knew what came out.
I know, but that was just a funny joke.
Yeah.
That they did on Adult Swim was they did the same episode of Rick and Morty with the same commercials afterwards.
Crazy.
But no, that was pretty funny. But no, I heard good things about it. I really need to start. I like doing shows. I like starting from the beginning and then going on. I don't like just picking up with a show 3 seasons in and then. Well, I mean it's only a 3-season show, but just picking up from somewhere. I've seen a bunch of mixed episodes. So I really like it.
I started watching it in September. I purposely went back to the first episode, and usually when I get into shows, it's I'll watch 2 episodes and just do something else.
Right.
I spent the entire day catching up, dude. It is so funny.
Yeah, no, it's a really funny show.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff had me dying. Do you have a verdict?
Real quick, My Best Friend's Girl is what you're thinking of.
Okay.
And I couldn't remember that because it's his best friend he sets up with his girlfriend. And there's the ultimate test, whereas he can't fall for this girl, and it has to be a lousy date so that his friend looks better.
But he's getting paid to go on more bad dates. It's not just that one bad date, right?
Really? Because
I think so.
The plot just says Tank faces the ultimate test of friendship when his best friend hires him to take his ex-girlfriend out on a lousy date in order to make her realize how great her former boyfriend is.
But the thing that he does is the last part, is making the older boyfriend look great.
Right.
So I think he makes a job out of that.
I didn't know that.
And then the whole part. I think so. I think that I haven't seen it in a while because Comedy Central hasn't got the rights for it and played the shit out of it like they do with every other one of their movies. Right. Their mid 2004 movies that that never gets seen again.
Right.
But No, I like that movie.
Back to Rick and Morty. What I've seen of Rick and Morty was great. I think we watched like 2-3 episodes straight when you were trying to get me into it, and I didn't jump back into it because I have no source of it. I usually watch my shows on Netflix or like download an app or something. Well, I guess I get download what would it be?
I think it's on Comedy Central.
Is it? It's kind of Central.
I mean, Adult Swim.
Adult Swim. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. So they have an app now, so I guess I could try to get back into it. But
You could just also go to the website.
before I've seen it, it's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Just good. It's good to have a good animated show coming up again. Like we had the Simpsons, Family Guy, all that stuff, and we need a new one. Rick and Morty seems like it's going to be the one.
Well, also Futurama was up in there. South Park, which I mean, it's still going on. South Park.
Again, these are all still going on, but we need like a new one that's going to go
Right.
on and on and on.
Right.
Hopefully, Rick and Morty does that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I forgot. I'm into Shameless right now, so
I've heard very good things about it.
First season, fantastic. Second season, real heavy. I'm beginning of the third season.
Well, I think that show is drama first, second comedy. I think that's.
I laughed way more in the first season. It was almost like House of Cards. Laughed way more in the first season.
House of Cards, the first season was funny.
I found it way more funny.
I mean, it's a drama at the end of the day. That's how I see it. Like, I think they did that purposely so that people could like watch it consistently and then get into the plot line, and then they'll bring the happy stuff next season. And like, whoa!
Oh, that's what I was.
And then that keeps you going when they get like the season finale, of season 2 is like so intense, and then they keep you going that way.
Right.
Yeah, dude. House of Cards was at least for me was kind of difficult to get into. There's so much going on, but you get the hang of it.
I was in love with Kevin Spacey at that time.
Dude, Kevin Spacey.
Well, you're a political boy, so
I'm also
politics
too. I also just came off of watching West Wing too.
All right.
So I had gone through 7 seasons of Martin Sheen as the president.
Right.
But it was weird because I was watching House of Cards and then I'd watch Friends because I was doing both the shows in between. Yeah. So it would be like 45 minutes of like watching House of Cards and like a serious episode happened, and then it's like 20 minutes of just laughing the entire time. It was a very weird mix up.
I'm trying to get into I didn't try yet. I know I can. I'm gonna start watching Always Sunny.
Great,
I've been meaning to do that
great
too.
show.
For sure,
you guys would love that.
I know. I've seen a few episodes. It's amazing. Yeah.
It's a great show. Some of the stuff they do, you're gonna be like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. It makes you feel some shit. It makes you feel your anxiety perk up. Definitely.
Oh man.
Because you're like, oh my god.
I can't wait. Oh, that's gonna be great.
I'm gonna go now to our comment section on our YouTube because
we have comments.
We do.
Wait, people
we
listen.
have 3.
3. Do
you want to hear them?
I'm a star.
We're getting there.
We got Katie Lembo. Shout out to Katie Lembo. Okay. We got my mom.
And then your mom again.
Oh yeah, she's gonna comment everyone. Okay. She's probably listening to us. Hi, Mom. And then we got Jesus H. Christ.
Oh boy.
Great.
Oh, boy.
All right. Katie Lembo says, "Love this." Thanks, Katie. That's all she said.
Oh, is this for this episode? Or?
This is for the last episode.
Okay.
Nobody's been using our hashtag that I keep advertising. Hashtag Andy Doorty if you want to ask us a question. Also, if people have questions for you, I'll just reference back to you. Sweet. And I'll say, Andy said this.
You got it.
Or I'll link you to the question or something. My mom said, I think let me get close to the mic. I think number 3 was more polished, and without the video, all seemed looser and more natural. As the audio was on, I was looking for a video camera with editing ability to buy for your birth. I don't know. I guess she was having a stroke during that part of the comment. I think.
Oh my god!
I think that Mayo should wear pants in case of a fire drill during filming.
We talked about how our pajama pants, and then also that when we had the table, which we have now, I was wearing no pants the first episode. So that's what we're talking about.
What a caring mother.
Yeah.
I applaud. I applaud.
She's like my mom, and she wants me to wear pants for 5 minutes.
She is a mom.
I don't think my mom knows what a podcast is.
Neither does mine. Jesus H. Christ said 2 days ago, Andy, listen, I want to die, but I keep responding, help. And I commented with, it sounds like you need Jesus.
was when he said that we need our boy Andy back, which gives me the idea that this Jesus H. Christ guy's some guy from Northport.
Yes, because they used my hometown in the thing.
Sure did.
I'm going to look for my other videos.
Probably one of your crazy friends from
Yes, definitely. And then they're going to message me and be like, you didn't know I was Jesus H. Christ on YouTube?
I still keep responding. You didn't answer.
Guys, Jesus listens.
To Slayer.
Jesus from Northport.
Jesus from Northport. You know we had Jesus
And
in
he wants
Northport?
Andy back.
Oh boy.
This is from video number 1, or episode 2, my bad. Got a comment from Katie Lembo that says, "Hi, Andy. Hi, Mayo."
Well, hi.
We got one from Katie Lamb this time, not Lembo, saying, "Love the ending." I don't remember.
History one? Where we're talking about
The second
how
one.
dumb I am with history? Oh, that's the first one.
End of
history
the
was the second.
end of the first part of the second episode
Yeah, we were talking about how dumb I am with history, and I don't know years. I think that's how I am with that one.
with World War II. Was
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
When did you think that World War II happened?
I got it now. Well, no, I don't. 1942, 3.
It's when we entered the war.
Okay. When did it start?
39?
38.
39.
9.
I have a friend who is probably way worse.
Oof.
I shit you not. He asked me, what year was 9/11 again?
Oh, Jesus
Which is bad.
Christ. Well, that's just ignorance, I hope.
I really hope for his sake he was on some sort of drug when he asked me that. If that's his normal conscious, holy shit.
That's not good.
Yeah.
This is also a comment from my mom again. She said, "Very informative and well done." 3 exclamation points.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 3 stars. 3 to 5 stars.
3 to 10. Give it a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
When did you both go Amish?
Oh my
I
god.
was talking about my beard?
Yeah.
Well, alright.
Has she seen you without a beard?
Did she roast me just now?
Yeah, I think she did. Get roasted. You getting hot here? Look how he's sweating, Andy.
Maybe that's why we don't have a camera anymore.
I don't want no Amish
Thanks,
jokes.
Mom.
I don't want any Amish jokes in my comment sections.
Oh boy.
But sorry, Andy, there was no comments for you.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Is there anything? Is there a question that you want to pose to us?
No, I'm about it, right? Want to do shout-outs?
Yeah.
You go first. Any friends?
Shout outs to any friends.
Shout out to Nike. Shout out to Starbucks.
Shout out to Uncle Phil.
No, today.
Shout out to Don Rickles who passed
Oh
away.
yeah, that's right. At 90.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
At 90.
I heard about that this morning.
That was upsetting.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
But shout out to my cousin Nick. Today is his birthday, April 7th.
It's a skate past Don Rickles. He died at 90. He was one of the best roasters. Probably made roasting popular, but yeah, that's how about your cousin.
Oh, man.
Congratulations to Danielle, who decided to choose Sacred Heart University as her college.
Thank you, Danielle, for choosing Sacred Heart. Don Rickles had a Sacred Heart. Follow me on Snapchat. No, I still don't use that. You know that already. I don't use that.
Oh, my God.
Andy, is there any shoutouts that you would like to do?
Oh, wow. I have to follow that? Great.
Oh, no, we make it hard. Make it real hard.
Shout out to, let's see, first of all, Andy Doorty for welcoming me on the show. Thank you. That was beautiful. Michael Zimmerman, Chris Pietrantonio from my hometown.
Tag these people. Tag these people so they watch this.
I will. You know what? Shout out to Shirley Perlman.
That's our journalism teacher.
Yeah.
She's probably never gonna work this.
Yeah.
Never gonna.
I don't think she'll the internet is.
I don't think so either.
Tag her anyway.
I'll send it to her in an email.
I guess that's about it.
Andy, where do you want people to follow you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat? Any of those?
Anywhere except for real life. If people follow me in real life, that'd be really weird. But yeah, absolutely.
Just put out whatever ones you want.
If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can get to me at Andy Araya 396. No spaces.
How do you spell that?
ANDYARAYA396.
Thanks.
I don't have a YouTube channel yet.
Oh. Is that in
You're
progress?
you're gonna start up a competitive podcast.
The Andy Araya show versus the Andy Doorty show.
We're just gonna be calling each other out all summer.
Battle of the Andes.
I'll be on the Andy Araya show a lot as well. I'll be your co-host as well.
Oh my god. Oh man.
And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, Mayo.
I told you I don't have any social media. Shout out to Nike. Shout out to Spanx. Shout out to
Anybody that will sponsor us and give us money.
Oh, not Nike then. Let me go lower then. We'll do Blue Apron. Squarespace gets everybody. Audibles will be good. Audible will be great. Yeah, that's that then.
Okay. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. All at Andy Doorty. That's ANDYDOORTY. Try to keep the hashtag going if you guys have questions for us for the show, for previous guests, for future guests. At hashtag Andy Doorty Show. I'll be checking all of those if you guys ever have questions.
What about Dollar Shave Club?
I've heard so many good things.
I could
about
shave
that.
$1. I could do that. Or free if you want to sponsor us and give me free Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah, that could work too. I really need to shave.
Or DraftKings.
Shout out to DraftKings. Let me bet for free and get money anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gentlemen, what a conversation we had.
I had fun. I liked this one.
Great.
This one was a great one.
Oh, I gotta get back on. I'll be back in the show.
Oh yes.
Awesome.
Oh yes.
Sweet.
It might have to be next semester.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
3 weeks. I don't have anyone planned. Bring him back in 3 weeks.
Okay.
Nah.
We don't have anybody planned.
Nah.
Anytime you want me back.
All right.
Absolutely.
Totally. No, I'm glad we did this. I felt like this is a really good one. So, all right, we're gonna sign off. Andy, you want to say bye?
Yeah. That's my goodbye. Wait. Oh no, I'm gonna shit.
Oh, that was shit.
To be clear, our guest, our rival podcaster, has just passed gas. Just to be clear.
You won't hear that on any other podcast.
Only here on the Andy Doorty Show.
Here we go.
I miss Don Rickles.
Oh my god.
Thank you for everybody to listening. Next week, we're going to hope to have Ryan Mastry on or Brian Green. So be excited for that. Thank you, everybody, and have a good week.